So those are a couple of the things that are in there. Way back in San Luis Obispo, a woman introduced me to a bunch of processes that they in group had called Avatar, and she did a looping practice with me, and they called it releasing fixed attention. And so we talked for a while, and she discovered that I had this fear of worthlessness, and that came up, and so we did this very simple practice of just oscillating between memories that reminded me of that in the present moment and describing each until our attention was all the way on it. And it was phenomenal. The memories kept changing for me. Every time I went to look for a memory like that, it would be a different one. And eventually I just cracked, and I couldn't find, my attention wouldn't go to memories. It was really present. I got a ton of value out of that. And I wanted to practice that more often and with more things. And so I started to realize as I built this app and was using it on myself continuously, I started to realize that these tools all complemented each other. And that's the most exhilarating part of building this tool, is discovering the subtleties of how they complement each other. Like in the Enneagram, using that, I can look to my immediate experience, I could journal a bit, reflect on it, and realize I've got a fear of imperfection. And then I can go use the looping practice on that. So I can use the Enneagram tool to identify a very root fear or stuckness, fixity, groove in my unconscious, and then I can use the other tools to begin to navigate that in a way that's constructive and generative and brings my unconscious into the light of conscious awareness. There's a lot of tools like that. There's so much in here, and I'm so honored to share that. So one of the things I wanted to do also is just get really good at the circling methodology, because it was so nourishing for me. It was unbelievably nourishing for me, to the extent that I was studying this in Boulder, and to the extent that it hurts every day. It hurts that I'm not there studying. Longing for that was such a profound, it's such a profound longing. And yet I'm here in California fulfilling my responsibilities, and hoping to return there one day soon and continue that study. So in the meantime, the inquiry tool is as close as I can get to training myself in those capacities so that I can bring them into my relations every day. The next thing I want to mention is I was just at the hot springs, and I've always been turned off by NVC, nonviolent communication, but I went to a workshop with Scott Katamas, and he had reframed and reworked NVC in a way that really landed for me. It was phenomenal. And one of the things that I got from it, for example, is that when we have a projection, like I feel smothered, is considered a projection, right? It occurs for most of us as a feeling, but it's actually an interpretation, an evaluation. What we imagine is going on is all packed in there in that sentence, right? But what I realized is that, and this is something that Scott taught, and it really resonated with me, that those projections all have correlative feelings, what it feels like when I feel smothered, and that those feelings all have correlative needs, what I'm longing for, what I'm valuing, what I'm aspiring to have, what I'm yearning for, and that I could actually use the projection or use the emotions, comfortable or uncomfortable, to discover the needs or values or aspirations or longings, and that being with that, what we're valuing, is something that we can take such a deep appreciation of. There's something so beautiful about that, and I'm just beginning to discover that. It's very moving. And it also helps with relating, because I can discover what I'm yearning for, and that quality that I'm yearning for seems to be almost always mutual, something that we both value in most of my relationships. So in NVC they call them universal needs, and I'm not sure that they're universal, that all of them are, or universal values or aspirations, but in general it seems to be that most of them have shown up to be mutual in my sharing, and that provides a ground of mutuality, of something, an overlap of what I and another care about to move from. And so if I feel smothered, that's one thing, and there's not a lot when I share that. It's not much of an invitation, but to actually shift to this place of recognizing what I'm recognizing what I'm valuing and longing for and meeting in that place seems to open up the space for much more generative exchanges. And the impact of that has been profound for me. So I took everything that I could find in the structure of what they were offering, and I'm building that out right now into this app so that I and you, if you resonate with it, can practice these tools also and become more masterful at allowing our relationships to be an active, all of our relating to be an active part of our development, of our unfolding, of our spiritual path, or of our self-growth path, or of our self-actualization path. So there's a lot more. There's a couple other tools. This tool, this particular offering that synthesizes all of these tools and provides them to the world, primarily with the intent of supporting the actualization of our capacity to be intimate with our immediate experience, and to, through that, cultivate a sense of greater flexibility and adaptability, and a sense of greater kindness for ourselves and for others, and through that to cultivate our capacity to utilize relational dynamics as an opportunity for transformation, for growth. This is going to be a free offering as far as I can tell for the extent of it. And then I have some other projects that I'm building on the side. One that's related to goals, one that'll be related to like transforming relationships, one related to transforming our relationship with money, that I'll ask for donations for, ask for contributions for down the road. But that's just in a nutshell the beginnings of this, and some of the pieces, just to give you a sense about what it is, and it's basic. It's the nuts and bolts of it, and the vision for where I could take this is so massive, and I'm really inspired to learn more about coding so that I can actually continue to synthesize these tools and use them and transform my life, and also share this gift with you. So I hope it serves you. Please share it with your friends if it resonates with you. Please share it with everyone. What you're going to see next is the relational tools that I'm learning from NVC. And shortly after that, you're going to see probably 7 or 8 different modes. So you can switch modes, and you get like someone coaching you in a Hakomi style, and then someone coaching you in an Enneagram style, and someone coaching you in just witness meditation. You can kind of identify what mode is the most resonant with where you're at any given time, which is something that I dream of. I'd love to have a team of 9 or 10 of my mentors in the room to coach me at any time. So building something that I'm hoping will get close to that. Even a step or 2 in that direction would be a wonderful gift for the world. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope these tools serve you.